Can you feel it? I can feel it. Something has changed. Something major in this game has changed. The winds of change are upon us, and I think we need to talk about it as a holistic event that has come upon us in the game. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, well, happy Saturday morning. Hope everybody's doing well. And I didn't really know what to do a video on this morning. And when I saw this next window that I'm going to show you, I kind of knew what I was going to do. So let me flip over here real quick, and I'm going to show you this. Now, what am I showing you? I'm kind of showing you my YouTube page here. And what I'm looking at is what is way over here. And that is Mac Chan just released a Clash of Clans video. And I was like, all right, that's it. That's it. I got to talk about this. So that by itself wouldn't bother me. I think people tend to reach out and do different content and want to switch it up every now and then. But when you compare that with the major upheaval of, let me make sure I get them all. You have Chofly, Cold Brew, Scratch, Smiley, Darth Microtransaction, and a whole mess of them have teamed up with Ash and that I don't know, talent company I think they call it, and they're sort of branching out on their own and gonna focus in on Diablo Immortal, which I'm sure it's a fine game, but it seems very different than Raid. I mean, I guess I'm not the biggest gamer in the world, but wasn't Diablo more of a scrolling? You just ran around and killed stuff and collected gear, right? It's not a gacha game. It's not a puzzle piece like this. It's more of a clear levels and progress your champion through bosses and things. It's fun. I like Diablo, but very, very different kind of game. So I'm curious. Now I know they say, well, we're gonna still do Raid and blah blah blah, but that's when things change. They don't just change, right? Usually folks don't do what Stu did and just kind of leave the game. Usually what'll happen is it's death by 1,000 cuts, right? It's all these little micro changes that eventually, 6 months from now, you find yourself in a whole new place. And when I saw Mac Chan do a Clash of Clans video, I was like, all right, like, what is going on? What is going on? And then I kind of felt it for myself. I was like, well, I'm struggling. I mean, obviously I'm not in the same arena. I do this as a complete hobby. I'm pretty terrible at it probably, and have long ago given up the idea that I'm ever going to be a content creator. But I like the game, and yeah, it's just something I do. It also I get a little bit of income from it, so much to the chagrin of my accountant, I get to use this as a write-off. So, which is probably the main reason I do this, to be honest. But don't tell the IRS on me. But although I don't think that's a bad thing. Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked on that. So, in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 months since Hydra came out, and that was sort of a nice content creator perk where we had a new toy to play with, but then it became abundantly clear that Hydra wasn't really set up to do great content creation because the RNG is so big and it's very long. I mean, you have to the upper levels. You have to manual yourself through the upper levels, and it's 30 to 45 minutes per run. And in my experience, people weren't loving that content, right? So now I know they're going to make it easier, but I think Raid, if they want to keep progressing and keep being the game that they had started out to design, they need to put something in the game that's going to be more interesting than some twerks to 3x3 arena and continued updating of the Hydra, adding new heads and making it easier on the lower levels and things like that. Because honestly, there's just not that much content in here that is keeping people interested. So you get, real talented folks. I mean, all the folks I mentioned that are going with Ash are fantastic. I watched them all. And I guess the one name that didn't get thrown in there, at least I haven't seen, is Hell Hades. Now he is, 100% completely invested in Raid Shadow Legends with his website and everything. So I can understand why he might not be part of that group. And there does seem to be some newer, interesting talent coming out. Mostly Nubs, I think, is probably the top of that list. He does great stuff, but yeah, I don't, you don't see much coming out from Boomer. You don't see much coming out from MacChan, besides Clash of Clans, which I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. I don't really even remember that game, but I remember kind of liking it, I guess. I don't know. I remember it took me a week to build like one section of a wall one time, and I was like, all right, I'm out. But but anyhow, what do you think? Do you think this game is either on a slow descent, or it's just worked itself into, there's no great content to be created anymore, right? You can only do so many champion spotlights and shard pull videos and what else is there? Hey, this is my 14-second spider run. Everyone's seen it 100 times, and yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you think, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for our 3x3 arena, and wish me luck on the plat push. So, all right, God bless.